Today, guys, we're gonna be building something different. We're gonna be making a little jewelry stand. Let's get into it. The only things you need for this build is a 1x4, a wooden dowel, some cup hooks, and your wood glue and brad nails. First thing as always, throw on them safety glasses. Next, guys, what we're gonna do is we need to cut out 4 pieces of our 1x4 at 16 inches. Let's get to measuring. All right, guys, we got her measured out. We're gonna head to the miter saw. Like always, we're gonna use that first cut as a template for all the other ones. Let's get to it. Now, guys, that we got our 4 1x4s cut out at 16 inches, we're going to cut our dowel out at 16.5 inches. All right, guys, now that we got all of our lumber cut out, we are going to go ahead and sand her up to 220. All right, guys, now that we got our pieces nice and sanded up to 220, we're gonna start assembling it. First thing we're gonna do is add our dowel. We need to make a hole roughly about 1/4 inch. That's why we made this 16.5 inches, so we'll go in 1/4 on each side, which will allow us to use our boards perfectly. Let's get to it. All right, guys, so to figure out where we put our dowel, we just pulled down with our speed square 1.5 inches. And then this board is 3.5 inches wide, so half of that is 1 3/4. So we got both of our marks here where they need to be. We're gonna start drilling them holes. Now, guys, that we got our holes where they need to be, we're gonna put some wood glue in here on the end of our dowels and put that in there, and then put our bottom plate on as well with some wood glue and brad nails. All right, guys, so we're gonna put our little shelf in. What I did was I just took my speed square, laid it up there, and went up to 4 inches and made lines on each corner. That is where the bottom of our board will sit. Let's go ahead and install her. All right, guys, so we are pretty much done with the construction of the build, except for adding our little hooks. But before we add our hooks, we're going to go ahead and put some stain on it. Let me get our stain. All right, guys, the stain of the day, we're going with something different, gun stock. We're gonna see what it looks like. Let's go ahead and start putting her on there. All right, guys, our piece is now stained. It's still drying a little bit, but right now we're gonna add our hooks. So what I have done is, so on the bottom I made these little marks, and they're every 2 inches. So this is 2 inch, 4 inch, 6 inch, 8 inch, 10 inch, 12 inch, 14 inch. So every 2 inches. And then also I took my speed square, and they are 2.5 inches pulling in this way. So right now we're gonna go ahead and start screwing in these little hooks. All right, guys, our jewelry stand is now complete. She is looking like a beaut. Like I said, guys, this build's very easy, simple, budget friendly. I think altogether it costs probably like $12 to $15 to make. You just need one 1x4 and a 1-inch dowel and some hooks. But yeah, guys, I think it came out great. I'm gonna be giving this one to my fiance, but I do see on Etsy they're selling for like $55. I'll show you one right here. But yeah, guys, I think it came out great. But other than that, guys, if you're new here, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you want to be a VIP member, make sure you hit that join button beside the subscribe button. And other than that, we will catch you in the next one. Peace.